Government corruption has never been more prevalent or caused more harm. It's why extremism is on the rise. It's why the financial gap between the haves and have-nots has never been wider. And it's why our planet is at risk of an extinction level tragedy. That's why I need your help to keep exposing the truth about the rot on both sides of the aisle. Become a supporter or a friend of the show today by clicking on the coffee link in the description box below. Friends of the show join me on a Zoom hangout once a month, and you guys can ask me any questions you want, and I can get to know you better. But the most important reason to help is to keep the show alive. Together, we can and will save our country and our planet. Thanks in advance and enjoy the show. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Plants and Politics. I have an update to share about two of Trump's Capitol insurrectionists. It's time for an episode of Where Are They Now?
Matthew Bledsoe was arrested.
Patrick Montgomery was in court.
Jonathan Manapa will stay in federal custody.
No, I don't take responsibility at all.
46-year-old William Michael Sywak and his 28-year-old son, William Jason Sywak, are New York residents. And, they had their daddy and me day at the Capitol, apparently. The older Sywak goes by the name of Michael. So I'm going to refer to him as Michael. In his interview with the FBI on January 27th of last year, he denied entering the Capitol. He also told the agents that he and his son got separated in the crowd and that his phone died. So he said he couldn't even contact his son, but he was sure his son didn't go in the Capitol. And now his son goes by the name of Billy. However, the FBI referred to him as Jason Sywak in the affidavit. They just used his middle name. And you guys are going to be utterly shocked to hear that Michael Sywak lied. The FBI reviewed all of this surveillance video of that day. And what do you know? Sywak was inside the Capitol on January 6th. And his son was seen also in the Capitol. Actually, he entered right after his father. Not only that, but the prosecutor said they were some of the first people to enter the building. And then they traveled throughout the Capitol together. They were even among that very aggressive and violent mob. You guys have probably seen the video of the big group that pushed past the Capitol Police. They were in the crypt area. And if you're ready for another shock, here goes. Michael Sywak was identified from previous arrest photos. He actually has a very extensive criminal history. He's been convicted for sexual misconduct, harassment, driving under the influence, impaired driving, disorderly conduct, and assault. And he had just gotten off probation 1 month prior to the Capitol attack. So the Sywak men were arrested on May 19th of last year. They were charged with only the basic 4 misdemeanors: entering a restricted building or grounds, 2 counts of disorderly conduct, and parading in a Capitol. They both pleaded guilty to the parading charge in February of this year, and they were each facing up to 6 months in jail, up to 5 years of probation, and up to $5,000 in fines. However, the prosecutor only requested 30 days for Michael and 45 days for his son, Billy. The guy has a rap sheet, and that's all. I mean, first of all, you're going to allow Michael to only plead to parading with that kind of rap sheet. I also couldn't find in his plea agreement anything about his criminal history. It doesn't appear to have factored into their sentencing request whatsoever. It's utterly absurd. So in a sentencing memo to the court, Michael said that he was, quote, ashamed for taking his son to DC. And it said, quote, what started off as an attempt to bond with his son blew up. He expresses the fact that he lives with guilt every single day for what he has done. And then Billy's sentencing memo expressed similar sentiments about remorse. And as much as Michael was trying to take the rap for it, take the hit for it, his son also tried to pin his actions on his father. But the prosecutor shared text messages showing that Billy was all in. This was not his father's doing. Billy's fiance texted him on January 5th, and she said, quote, it's going down tomorrow. If they don't recount and he not my president, I'm going to lose my shit again. And Billy replied, quote, "President isn't going to hand it over when there's fraud. I'm so pumped." And on January 6th, one of Billy's friends messaged him on Snapchat and wrote, quote, "Dude," lots of views, "you rioting?" He wrote back, quote, "Fuck yeah, you got my Snapchat." On January 7th, Billy then texted a friend and wrote, quote, "Fuck yeah, we made history together and everyone thinks it's a crime to have been there, LOL. He also wrote to a friend, quote, "Things I seen was awesome. People handing me pepper spray to get into the push." I don't know. Anyway, U.S. District Judge Randolph Contreras presided over both of these cases. And in court, he asked Billy what he would say to the families of the officers who took their own lives after January 6th. And Billy said to the judge, quote, "I would say I'm sorry. It's not right that they had to go through the loss of their family member. It's not right that anyone was pushed to go to that level, to take their own life. It's not right. I'm embarrassed for all that I did. They don't deserve to go through that. They don't deserve for their families to get hurt." Is it just me, or does this sound like a statement and the thoughts of a young child? This just, to me, doesn't sound like the words of an almost 30-year-old man. I don't know. Anyway, unfortunately, Judge Contreras is another weak Obama appointee, and he gave these guys basically Netflix and chill sentences. Michael was sentenced to only 4 months of home confinement and 2 years of probation. Billy got only 2 months of home confinement and only 12 months of probation. And they were each ordered to pay only a $500 restitution fee. So no jail time, not even for Michael, the repeat offender who was only 1 month off of probation before deciding, hey, it's a great idea to go take part in another crime, take part in an attempted insurrection at the nation's capital. And neither one of them had to pay any kind of fine. Plus, they're both going to be off probation during the next presidential election. This is complete and utter bullshit. It is such a joke. And Judge Contreras told Michael that, if you had only still been on probation on January 6th, I would have given you jail time. He said, quote, "It's unfortunate for the world, but gives you a break in this situation. I don't intend to incarcerate you, even though I gave it serious thought because of your criminal history." Oh, well, as long as you gave it serious thought, you freaking weak jackass. So when Michael Sywak assaults someone again, when he's sexually inappropriate with another woman, or when he, God forbid, kills someone while driving drunk the next time, or he takes part in the next insurrection, we know who's responsible. It's going to be Judge Rudolph Contreras' fault. I want everyone to remember how he let our country down, how Judge Contreras was too weak to do the right thing when something goes down with this guy, because you know it's going to happen. He learned nothing up until this point, and he damn well learned nothing from this pathetic sentence. So I will let you guys know when I hear more about this guy, about this repeat offender. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Wish I had better news. Take care. I'll talk with you soon.